Hey up. So today I just want to show you briefly a technical demonstration of the uIDE interface operating on the Superbrain. Now this is a Superbrain QD, which means that it's the basic Superbrain with 340k disk drives. All well and good, you would say, but how much better would it be with a nice modern hard drive? Well, we can find out. So I'm going to power it up now. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to see this. Now I've got a screen filter on mine because I like the amber colour. Normally the screens are white. So I have to put the floppy drive in. It's already in there. Just close the door, press the F button, and it will boot up. Now it says it's a CompuStar Model 30, which is a rebadged Superbrain QD. So that's fine. Okay, so inside the Superbrain there is a uIDE device, and I'm going to take the cover off and I'll show you how it's installed. So okay, so I don't know how well you can see this, but here is where the CPU goes. There's a CPU socket here, and I have a shim card that goes between the CPU and its socket, and that exposes all the CPU lines here, and then there's a ribbon cable which plugs it into the uIDE board there, and then this thing here with uIDE written on it is it's a 128 megabyte DOM. So that's my disk drive in effect. Now this demonstration or setup is very, very similar to the TRS-80 Model 2 driver. So if you've seen the TRS-80 Model 2 driver video, which is also on my channel, then you're going to be quite familiar with this. So we start by loading the driver. There's a program called xdriver.com, and if we execute that, it will load the driver. Oops. Okay, so this what this program does is it has a built-in copy of the driver code, and it loads it into an area of memory that is immediately below the CCP. So what this means is that the drivers that are being installed are very, very temporary, and they often get overwritten. Every time the machine does a warm start, a warm boot, these drivers are overwritten, and you have to go and reload them. So anyway, so the loader program copies the driver into the top of the transient program area, but below the CCP, and then it patches the BIOS so that when the BIOS disk drive routines are called, they get redirected to the driver code, and the driver code will say, well, is it an IDE drive? Yes, I need to go and access the IDE card. Otherwise, if it's not an IDE drive, then it will just call the standard floppy disk driver code that's already in the BIOS. So you might be wondering why I'm doing it this way, and the reason is because on the Superbrain there's no means by which you can move the CPM down. So what you normally do when you're installing a driver like this is you would use a program called movcpm.com, which moves the whole operating system down in memory, including the BIOS, and it makes space for your driver code at the top of memory. But unfortunately, Intertec didn't provide a move CPM, which was very, very annoying. So if I want to have this working properly, I have to rewrite the whole BIOS, and I don't have all the source for the BIOS, so it's going to be quite a big job. So what I thought I'd do is I'd knock up a little demonstration to see whether the Superbrain will actually work with the hard drive, or rather with the uIDE device. And this is based on the TRS-80 Model 2 driver loader. So anyway, if we look at what we see on the screen, then it's reporting that there's two floppy drives, A and B, as normal, and we have all these uIDE drives, C, D, E, F, all the way up to P. each one is 8 megabytes in size. So I can typical sort of stuff. Now, oh dear. I think there's a bug.